Well, hello, everybody. Bill Thornton, SoCalSabre. How are you all doing today? Thanks for stopping by for our Talking About number 24 session. This is our monthly live session where everybody can bring in subjects if they want. I got to get my phone turned off here. And it's not. It's a nice, windy, cool day here in Southern California in the desert. I hope you're all staying warm on this NFL wild card weekend, and there's been 3 games so far, and they have been 3 really good games with the winning team pulling out the win within the last minute of every single game so far. Good stuff. I hope everybody is settled in now for this new year, 2026. As you probably saw, I did the best games list, and then I'm looking at the best sports games list that I have, but I have so many of them. I don't know if I want to pick or not yet. I have looked at it though. And so if you're watching this later, let me know what you thought about that list. Right now, what do I got on the table right now? Right now I have South Mountain from Worthington games on the table. I picked South Mountain. I have about 4 or 5 Worthington games, but South Mountain's the smallest, and it'll help me learn their system a little bit easier so that I can move on to the bigger ones like Antietam, Shiloh, and Gettysburg. So I hope it does it. I'm having a little bit of a battle with the rules versions, but I'll get through that and I'll enjoy it. It's not worth even discussing anymore. I also have red ice hockey going on one of my tables. And now that my Christmas decorations are almost done, I'm going to start getting more table space. The next big one I got that's going to come out even before these 2 leave is called Intrepid. That's a space game where you're up there, multi-agencies. You're in the space station, and you're trying to create resources and everything to create finish missions. I've had it for quite a while. It's been out for about 4 or 5 years. I had the Kickstarter, but I have never played it yet. And I'm really looking forward to giving it a try. It's a 1 to 4 player game. Yeah, and it's called Intrepid. So check it out. You might like that yourself. So nobody's coming on board today, it looks like. So down there, we got the end of the month Q&A will be on the 25th this month. That's the last Sunday of the month at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Got the over here, the San Francisco and the Philadelphia Eagle game going on over here. It's just about ready to go into halftime, and this is another close one, 13-10, favor the Eagles. If you look at watching this later on, leave some comments down there. Hit that like button. If you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe and help the channel grow. Put some comments down there. Well, this will be the first time in quite a few months that nobody came up for the Talking About session today. Happened a long time ago. I'll wait about 10 minutes. If nobody comes up by then I just wrap it up and give it a wrap and shut her down. So a question: what do you do when you run into when you playing the system and you got 2 versions of the rules and they conflict with each other? What do you do? Beside going to the designers and asking for clarification, do you do anything at home? And that. I told you I got that mortuarium on me buying till I get the games on order list down a little bit. Since last time I talked about it, it has gone down. I'm down to 8 now. There's a couple things came in right before the end of the year. or right at the beginning of this year. And I don't know if we'll get anything in this year or not, but I kind of got a mortuarium on. If I wait, I'll wait 6 months. If nothing comes in, maybe I'll buy something. I also put myself on a budget on my albums, and there's somebody coming up to watch for a little bit. If you got anything you want to bring up, bring it on up. Put it in the remarks down there. This is a open session where we talk about anything except politics and religion. Yeah, we got 2 people up there watching now. Come on, folks, bring in something you want to talk about into the chat. Danger Noodle, haven't seen you. Want to wish I haven't said same to you. Happy New Year. Haven't seen you for a while. Hope you're doing okay. I did have a happy New Year and a nice Christmas holiday. This weekend, yesterday, we celebrated my granddaughter here in Apple Valley, her 13th birthday this week. On holy mackerel, these kids are getting old. Well, we went over and had some cake and everything, and she got some stuff for Christmas, and then, well, not Christmas, but for her birthday. And so she was all excited and happy now that she's a teenager. Now this is when a father's worries begin, when their daughters have become teenagers. At least for me, it was. I was always worried about my daughter because I was a guy, and I know what guys are like. So. Danger Noodle, you playing any board game? Oh, here we got. What do we got going here? Okay, so I got a few new board games, including Paolo's Mary Caesar. It's a brilliant, quick, and single game. Highly recommended. I'll have to look that up. I haven't heard of that before. What else did you get? I didn't get any games for Christmas. Yeah, she had my granddaughter had a happy birthday. She did have a good time. No board games for me for Christmas. I gave a few board games for presents, but oh no, I'm sorry, I did. If you look at my friend AJ gave me a Christmas present that kind of surprised me. It's the Battle of Hoth, Hoth, the Star Wars Battle of Hoth. I did an unboxing first look video on it already. Check it out. It's a Command and Colors game, and it's like the stepchild of Memoir 44. Indeed, it's been a while. Life has gotten in the way a little, but always happy to check back with you, and I'm happy that you did. Haven't seen you in a while. Been watching. To watch your video on that. It looks awesome. Yeah, it's pretty cool. In Memoir 44, I'm a big Memoir 44, and there's all kinds of expansions that came up from Memoir 44 because it was World War II. And so there could be a lot of scenarios for different battles and everything. And I'm expecting, since it's from the same company, and it's similar to Memoir 44, that they do some expansions, but I'll be curious to see of what expansions they do in the Star Wars universe with that. Now I just got to get somebody over to play it. That's not real solo friendly, but I'll get somebody over. Yeah, if you saw my countdown of the video of the games for 2025, I had a few surprises there. I caught it. Yeah, me too. Or else, in the old days, I forget what one of the science fiction shows used to have. Oh, I think it was Star Trek, where they have a transporter machine. They transport you from one place to another. Wouldn't that be so cool? I say, all right, I want to go to Memphis for tonight. Shoot me into Memphis. That would be cool. That would be the greatest invention ever. Hi, Doug. How you doing? Happy New Year. Hope you had a good one and a good holiday season. Witcher Old World, which is an incredibly complicated game, but it's very exciting and thematic. I have seen a few trailers on that one there, and kind of shy away from that because it does look pretty complicated. Not that I'm afraid of complicated games, but I already own enough complicated games that I don't play. Doug, nothing up. This is just our monthly talking about session where you can bring up any subjects that you want, except for politics and religion. You can bring them up. I can bring them up. Whoever's on can bring them up. We talk about them. That's all. That's all it is. Talking about number 24, first one of the year. Yeah, I did have a good one. Yeah, I'm looking forward to getting a couple of those games that were in my top 5, 1 or 2 of them back out onto the table this year. And the one I really liked it. If you probably didn't see it, if you didn't see it, it doesn't matter where it was on all of the rankings, number 10 or 20 or 30. But the game that I really enjoyed was Dawn of Madness. It took a long time for that Kickstarter to come in. Took pretty good space on the table. It took me a while to learn it, but I played it and I really enjoyed it. And I enjoyed it so much that I don't normally do this. And I did this twice last year because I had waited so long to play it. The company Dimensions, I think it's Dimensions Games, had started another Kickstarter for a second edition. But what they added on was an upgrade pack for us that had the first edition where we didn't have to pay for all the other stuff. But and there's a lot of stuff in it. I immediately ordered it. I liked it that much. And the other one, yeah, I think you're still talking about the Witcher game on that one there. But I haven't seen it personally, but I've seen a couple videos on it. And the other one that I ordered an upgrade on this year was they're doing another Kickstarter was the designers of This War of Mine. That's one of my favorite solo games. And they are doing an upgrade kit for theirs too. So I ordered that one too. So that's 2 out of the 8 things that I have on order between Kickstarters and GMTs, P500 and other things and Kickstarters. I think that's all I got is Kickstarters and P500s left. But haven't heard of that. I'll have to check that one out too. If you're talking about This War of Mine, it is a lot. Some reviews that you'll get. Is that one you're talking about, Danger Noodle, This War of Mine, or Dawn of Madness? Which one? Well, either one of them, you can find them. You can find them out on Kickstarter right now. This War of Mine, you're going to find reviews where people say, "Oh, that game is too dark. It's too eerie," and that. Well, if it's a war game, it's a solo war game. What the difference is you're not fighting the war. You're in the city, and you're a civilian trying to survive during hard times and lack of food and all, lack of medicine and all this, while that war is going on around you. It's a real challenge to try to survive this battle, this war that's going on around you. And it's hard, it's tough, but it's very interesting. Dawn of Madness, that's really, really, really creepy. But you're going into this insane asylum to try to find your sister or your twin, and it's an old broken down insane asylum or something like that. And then you got books that you're reading, stories. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool. But if you're a war gamer and looking for something in the war and you haven't checked out, if you're looking for something solo, it's not that hard to learn. Check out Save South Vietnam from Fortress Games. That's pretty good. I had fun with that one. That's fun. And it's hard too. It'll start you off, I think, like in 1964. And it can work you all the way to 75 if you make it that long. I've never made it past like 67 when I get wiped off. Just trying to see what else I had on there. Another solo game that I played this year from Herman Lettman has been out for quite a while, but it's tough, but it's fun. It's called Dawn of the Zeds. Most people know Herman Lettman from his war games, Civil War and World War II games. Yeah, Doug, that's a a good game. Save South Vietnam, and the designer, I forget what his name is right now. He's got up on YouTube. He's got like I don't know 3 or 4. I think it's 3 or 4 different videos out there on gameplay to help explain a few things, which is pretty nice. But it's not that hard to learn, and it's challenging. You're gonna make you have to make decisions on it, even though there's some dice rolling going on in there. So. You'd have to check. I think Fortress Games is the publisher of that one. Yeah, the other one I had out there that's a solo. It could be played by more, but it's basically a solo game. Is Purple Haze. That's Vietnam War, and you're running a squad of 6 GIs, and you go out on these different missions, and then there's a mission books that you read that will tell you what the mission is, and then as you're going along, as certain things happen, it refers you back to the book, and that's pretty interesting. I haven't got very far. I completed the first mission. There's like 9 missions that come with it, but I putting it on. I keep taking it off, and by the time I get it back on again, I forgot what the first mission was. So I play it again. I'll probably might try to give it some more time this year. Because when I look back this year or last year at the multiplayer games and the war games is what I came back into the gaming with and started doing videos. And then regular board games, because my family plays those and that. Then I got it playing the sports games. But when I look back in 2025, the number of sports games that I played really outnumbered the war games in that. And I said, I got to do something about that. So there's a spot on my table now that's always going to have a war game on it. The first one this year was In Magnificent Style. That video should be coming out in another week or so. And then right now I have South Mountain Civil War game from Worthington on the table in that spot. And of course, I'm reading a book about South Mountain. When historical type board games, I always try to read a book about them. Just got an eye out looking out over there. The second half of that football game, 49er Eagle game, just started. And it's been started about a minute or so ago. What a weekend of good games. Well, if there's anybody still out there that I can't see and you got anything you want to bring up, please bring them up. I'll be glad to talk to you about. Looks like everybody might have left already. I'll wait a few more minutes. We're only at the 21-minute mark now. Wait about 25 unless somebody comes back on, wants to talk some more. This session happens on the second Sunday of every month at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And it's called Talkin About. This is number 24. So I must have been doing this for 2 years now, huh? Wow, I guess time goes by fast. What was if you're out there and you got time to put in some answers, what was your favorite war game or board game or sports board game that you played in 2025? I still haven't picked my top sports board game. I got a lot of them that I'm looking at, and I don't even know if I can pick one, to tell you the truth. There's somebody coming in and take a peek at what we're doing. Yeah, they left quickly. Been working hard since the Epiphany, taking down the Christmas decorations inside my house. So we put up a lot of them during the holidays. It takes me, with my bad back, takes me days and days to take all the decorations down. So I have to keep taking breaks. I got 3 people back in again looking. Got anything you guys people want to talk about? Put it up in the remarks section there. This is open discussion. It's talking about number 24. Oh, and they jump out again that quickly. I guess this is somebody looking for something interesting they want to watch. I do that sometimes myself. I'm getting ready. I'm going to go ahead and shut her down here, and hope to see us all next month for the Talking About section. But see, scrolling across the bottom, we got a question and answer live session on the 25th of the month, coupled with the channel's end of month reports. So this is SoCalSabre saying, take care of yourselves out there. Thank you for stopping by. Be kind to each other. Stay safe.